Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Bishoujo Ciri from the series Witcher. Now, this is the second release in the Bishoujo Witcher line. The first was Geralt of Rivia, done as like a gender bend sort of format like they do with a lot of these Bishoujo figures lately, but I didn't really think it captured the character that well, so I didn't grab it. Also, you may have noticed that this is a different setup for a lot of my other videos, and that's because I'm recently playing around with my lighting and backgrounds and things like that to overall make better quality videos. And whether or not this releases before or after certain other videos with this setup, just know this is while I was testing out the new style to see how it works. So I've already opened up the Ciri because I was trying to figure out how to shoot the box in the frame without sort of breaking the illusion of my background and lighting. So I've already opened it up and the figure's out of the box, but here's the box, pretty standard looking box, clear window into the front with promo images all around it. But anyway, ignoring the box, here is Ciri all set up, and she looks gorgeous. Now, while the Geralt, I think, roughly captured the character in terms of like, yeah, that's Geralt's outfit, that's their weapon, they're doing a sign, and things like that, I think that Ciri's design is way more suited to the Bishoujo lineup of figures. One, because she is already a woman, but also because there's enough going on that I think the design really lends itself to this sort of anime aesthetic. And I think they faithfully recreated the character in this style. There's a lot going on in the figure for such a simple pose, but that's because there's just a lot going on design-wise for Ciri. So the sculpt is really nice. I like the simple but slightly sassy sort of pose that we've got going on. All of the colours are vibrant and pop. There's some beautiful shading throughout the figure, and of course some beautiful detail work. I did not notice any paint errors throughout the entire figure, and that is great to see. Kotobukiya do have pretty good quality control for the most part, especially for the Bishoujo line. And the figure just looks fantastic. I do also like the little detail that they've done on the base to make it look like sort of like grassy plains, and it just adds to the little aesthetic of this figure just a little bit more. But you can see all the fine detail work and sculpting in the figure, the movement of the hair, the actual detail of the hair itself, so you can see some individual strands and things like that, and little bits and pieces going every which way. It's a bit messy, but it works very nicely. All of the folds in the outfit, all of the fine details and jewelry that is all around sort of the waist section of Ciri, as well as all of the gloves, belts, and accessories all along her arms. And it's just a lot going on, but it looks very nice. Her head sculpt in particular is very, very good. I like her piercing eyes as well as the scar over her left eye. Looks very, very good. Again, it's just a pretty much flawless execution of the character, and of course it is like a sexy style of the character because that's what the Bishoujo figure line is, so there is some nice detail around the back as well. And it's just one of those things, the Shunyo Yamashita style, it gives with both hands, where you've got a sexy character as well as a very accurate character. So all of the detail on her sword is absolutely perfect. The runic detail looks fantastic. I'm not enough of a stickler to be able to tell if this sword and the runes on it are 100% accurate, but it looks close enough to what I played in the game to be like, yeah, that seems like Ciri's sword. And again, all of the other details look good. The colours are on point. I do like the shading throughout the figure. It makes her top in particular look very nice, that it's not just like a pure white top. There's some, it's like a sort of creamy off-white, as well as like almost a little bit dirty and gritty. Again, the base is very well detailed, all of the blades of grass are very nice, it looks like sweeping wind throughout it, which lends to her hair blowing as well. There's a lot of motion in this very static pose, and everything is just very well done. Overall, I'm not really too sure what else to say about the figure. It is just really, really solid. I am keen to see if they continue the Bishoujo line for Witcher further, because there's a lot of characters that they can draw on, like Triss, Yennefer, even Shani they could do a lot for. If they want to keep going down the sort of gender bend route that they started with the Geralt, I mean, you could probably do a Dandelion. It'd be interesting to do a Zoltan. Dijkstra, who knows? They could do Philippa Eilhart. There's a lot of characters that you could do that have a significant role to play in the Grand Witcher game narrative as well as the book narrative, but whether or not they will continue the line I think is a little bit up in the air. I think they confirmed they did want to continue it, but whether or not we get like just one more figure out of it or a bunch of new figures out of it remains to be seen. But I do think it's a pretty cool idea, and they might as well do it. The Bishoujo line is a really solid line, and if the Geralt quality-wise is the same as the Ciri, then we've got a really good line on our hands. The Ciri just works as a really good Witcher figure, let alone just a Bishoujo. The Ciri is just a really good Bishoujo figure, and even just works as a really good Witcher figure. It doesn't even need to be that, oh, this is the Bishoujo style or the anime aesthetic style. It's just a really good figure on its own, but it would be nice to have others to pair with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really know what else to say about it, just beyond it being very good. And it has been a while since I've looked at just a purely static figure, so it's nice to do that every now and again. Once again, another fantastic figure, and fairly inexpensive, all things considered. The Bishoujo line aren't super duper expensive unless you're like hunting for the exclusives or on the aftermarket for a lot of the ones that have finished in production. But generally, at retail, very affordable, very good figure, and just really keen to see what happens next. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time.